Good morning everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much if you've been here a while, and thank you very much if you've just subscribed or you've just joined. If you've just joined me, I'm going to say joined us then because there is that. Before I start, I just want to say that during the reading I'll be using a little bit of astrology in there and obviously the tarot, And what I suppose I wanted to convey is the reason that I'm interested in these subjects is because I think that they allow us to see outside ourselves and inside ourselves at the same time. I feel that both of them allow us to think that life is a little bit more of an illusion, that time and the past and the present is a little bit slippery, and I always say that. And I think astrology allows us to see ourselves as part of a system. And I don't think anything should be taken as gospel, because I feel that when you go into these subjects, what happens is you keep changing, and the things that you find really important, you can sometimes leave behind, maybe revisit again. But it's just a process of awareness and knowing yourself, I think. Anyway, enough said. Today's reading is, what is the spiritual significance of this connection? You have got 3 choices, strong choices today. I don't know what's going on with me. And the first one is Swedish blue. The second one is black iris. And the third one is cactus flower. So if you want to take your choice, and we'll see what comes up. Okay, I'm just going to start talking. As I say, I tend to wheedle my way through the reading rather than say this is what I think and adamant in it. I will say what I can see, and then I may change it because things will change, but you'll be with me in that process. And somebody did actually write in the comment section, are you reading to yourself once? Like, no, I'm not, because I do actually just talk aloud, really. But I also think, if you're new to tarot, it's good to hear somebody else. It's like somebody else, the way that they ruminate through it, maybe. Anyway, let's go anyhow. What I'm seeing here is the Daughter of Fire for them, and you've got the 8 of Fire here. So I'm thinking fire. There's that need to experience with fire. There's a passionate feeling with fire. This person, it's almost like you can feel, when I saw this, but they've got the Emperor card here, it's like a little flame that's constantly burning, but that comes out in reality in a way of almost controlling or directing in some way, directing their life in a way that seems proficient and organised. While you've got this 8 of Fire, which is playful fire. It's fire that likes to go on holiday or likes to travel or likes to laugh. It's got that Sagittarius feel of wanting to experience, while this person I feel wants to create and keep things confined, as in like maybe job, maybe house, organised, and in some way there's a feeling of conformity with the Emperor. And there is that, but it's like conforming fire. So it's got what I guess is a bit of tension in there. And the 8 of Fire here, it's still got that ability to burn, but it's more fluid, it's more experimental. I think you're more experimental, both very similar. And there is a feeling here that it's almost, the lesson in here may have something to do with your desire nature. I suppose everybody's lesson is, but it's very, very clear. Not very clear, but it's very strong in here. We're taking clear back in case I get stuck, excuse me. You've got here at the top the 7 of Swords, and you've got the 7 of Swords over here in perhaps the transformation and what's going to happen, how to deal with this. The 7 of Swords is taking a complete and utter turnaround. It's like swiveling on the spot with regards to your direction. You've got both of you almost starting the same way. You've got 2 cards that suggest an experience of it being quite difficult. And I'm wondering, because you've got the Page of Pentacles here, is the contact a little bit not distant, but what's the word? not intermediary, what was the word? Basically, you don't contact each other as much as you should, or there's the attraction there that isn't really expressed as fully as it could be as yet. Because you've got here the Three of Swords for you, as I said, and the Seven of Swords. So there's a possibility that you're finding this difficult. And almost in the difficulty, it's a bit like a pressure cooker. You're thinking of different ways to deal with the situation and with yourself. And then you've got a positive card here. They've got what I guess is how the Emperor type character would respond to something that they possibly can't get moving, or that there has some difficulty to, and that is maintaining, containing, controlling. The Four of Pentacles and the Emperor card here. And what they've got on this side as it moves forward into the future is again another start. And it's a fresh new start because it's the Fool card here. You've got the Ace of Pentacles suggesting the same thing. But I suppose with regards to this card being so strong compared to yours, but them being linked in some way, I feel this person almost, I'm not going to say this is true, but it's like and I don't mean it in a form of like a mental health breakdown, but there's like a breakdown here with regards to how they experience themselves. It's not like a breakdown, but it is a huge stop and swivel, is what I would say, where I think that you just pick yourself up and think, that's not worked. I'm going to try it this way, Ace of Pentacles. What I mean by that, I don't know as yet, but that's what I've got. You've got here the Queen of Swords, and this is more like everyday. This is more internal you, internal them, and everyday. The Queen of Swords here, and what I guess is a quite defensive card, is possibly trying to logically look at the connection and to organise away. The Swords cards here, it's like mental, as I said, mental swivel, mental change. Looking at it logically rather than possibly, because you already may feel a little bit as if it's quite hard, rather than possibly looking at, excuse me, I can't speak this morning, I have no excuse, it's just me all the time actually. I'm looking at it emotionally. Now, as we're going further forward with this breakthrough pile here, looking into the future, you've got the Justice card, which is balance. And the Chariot card is will. And you've got the Fool card at the end. And working on that and a journey. So this is what I've got here. This is what I'm thinking. I feel that you're both going through exactly the same process. You both have what I guess is a personality formed, a desire nature formed that we, as we all do, we're trickling along with, and you think, well, that's it. I feel your person's personality is stronger. I feel that there's less, excuse me. I feel that they are less likely to change. I feel that you are more mutable, but I feel that through pain, you're going to do something that possibly feels unexpected to you. You don't normally do this. I don't know what it is, but what you get through is a breakthrough that sees you both in a, as you say, you're going to pull people into your life who are similar vibration to you. They're just going through possibly slightly different experiences. So you've got here the Justice card here is seeing you both in the same game, and through somehow, with extremely strong will, moving yourself in a direction. I don't know whether it's out of this relationship or towards this person, but it's going to cause, possibly for both of you here with the Six of Swords, some form of, I'm going to say ego death, but I did actually mean that there. Some form of ego death, and working on that. And I feel that's going to be easier for you. I feel that possibly you're coming across as a little bit more, I was going to say humble, in a way that if you're not getting what you want, that you can say, actually, I don't need that really. It's just something extra that I thought I wanted, but to be in the experience is possibly just enough. And I can restart if that's not working. So I will answer the question, the connection between you both. And here I feel your person's going to have more difficulty with that, where they're going to recalibrate in some way. It's much larger, a bigger change here. And what happens in the end is that you both get a new beginning. It's almost like letting a part of you die. So if this was some sort of the spiritual significance of this connection, is for you to recalibrate with regards to how easily you can shift, how easily you can change, how less adamant you are with regards to getting what you want. And you've got here a chance to actually ground that so it goes internally. I feel that your person's lesson in this is to, let me put another card on this. They're obviously strong with regards to their desire nature. They know exactly what they want and they hold on tight to it. And that must be something that's pulling you both together because of the way that both your piles up here change in the same way, where it sort of clears up in the future. It's maybe you're seeing yourself in this person, but your person's a stronger version of it. And I feel that you possibly be more mutable with this card here, more mental and logical with regards to changing and having insight into yourself, that you can move through this. So what are you changing to? Let's have a look at your person first. The Empress card is before the Emperor, the male and the female. One creating through basically fluidity in some way and beauty and abundance and adding on, and the other one creating in controlling and pulling inwards what the Empress has already given out. It's almost like putting a perimeter around the fence, the garden here. Hold on. Hold on. Why did I know that was going to be significant? I don't know what the meaning is. To me, there's a feeling here, male and female. Very strong in here. Yeah, okay, so maybe possibly your person here is taking on a very masculine role. Male or female, doesn't matter. It's like they are ordering things, and, you know, pushing out into the world and making things correct in their mind, ordering things, bringing things together, being in control of it, and that's what they're meant to be doing, obviously. Where I feel that you've been through this process with them before and it's changed, where I feel that you've had difficulty making them change, and so you've had to change yourself, and you're good at that. So that possibly has served you in the past, because you've got the Death card here with the mental sort of, I can shift, I can move. I can see this relationship from a different angle. Stability in yourself. Mutability is fantastic. There's something very easygoing about mutability, but a lot of the time I'm wondering with the Eight of Fire here whether it's part of your journey and part of everybody's journey to experiment, to understand. And I feel that you've done that a lot of Laura. Oh God, I'm not going to go down that one. I forgot the lady's name. Who's that northern lady? Blind Date. Cilla Black. Oh my gosh, the Death card. I feel that you've changed for this person many times before. And now it's your chance to find stability in yourself. I feel that your person's played with polarities in a big way before. As in, like, I've been the feminine, I've pushed outwards, I've been receptive, I've made beauty in people's life. Now I'm masculine, and now I'm trying to make people conform to my ideals. And they're stuck in that. So that's why I think that, because this is a bigger issue, that their change is going to be, as I termed, a breakdown. And as I will repeat, it's not a mental breakdown. It's a really strong... It's like somebody that packs their job in and finds some form of balance, of course, with these two here. It's like you don't have to... I am actually going through this bit by bit today, which is good. May be good, but may not be good. The Chariot card here is pulling these two together to find the balance The strength is still there because you've got the Eight of Pentacles here, which, you've got skills that the lifetimes that you've had where you've formed and played different personalities. So those skills are still there, but it's putting them both together to restart so that we start to feel a little bit more complete. And I feel that your person's lessons are very strong there. There's fire there that's burning. So this person is coming in wanting to make things right, while you're coming in thinking, okay, I've changed enough in the past for other people, I'm finding it difficult, and I want stability in this lifetime. So you're going to be doing a similar thing with regards to your will, but your lessons aren't as strong as their lessons. It's definitely changing here. This to me feels with the Seven of Swords, it's skills, it's learning new skills to be more of who you're meant to be. Okay, so I'm going to shut my eyes now. I'm going to try and answer the question. The spiritual significance of this connection has got a feeling that you have experienced lifetimes together where there's been some sort of difficulty with regards to taking it to the next step. I feel that you're the one that's adjusted many times with this person. You've almost there's a feeling of almost like being beside this person and being very open and very kind and very gentle. But as it's moved on, you've got to the point where you're thinking, well, I'm not really getting back what I feel I should be getting back. And there's a feeling of sadness in that. And I feel that in this lifetime, you get the ability to realise that and move to where you're stable in yourself. And what this person decides to do doesn't really affect you as much. I mean, if they're with you, great, and if they're not with you, it's more like a feeling of ease inside yourself, with the ability to change, to see a different perspective, because you have got these feelings that I've got my eyes shut. You've got these feelings of clarity with regards to how you see events, how you not conceive, but perceive events. So, with regards to them down here, it's more unconscious, the way that they are looking at this connection and life in general. And I feel that they will get to a period in their life where they are playing one role, next role, and in this lifetime, this is the role, and I'm very much into this role without thinking. Your role is built through lots of subtleties, through lots of different lifetimes. And what happens is, because they identify so strong, in such a strong manner with regards to those lifetimes, that it almost like the breakthrough is bigger. And you've both got the Fool cards. There's a breakthrough here and a restart. And work needed along the way. And it will feel like healing. And I feel that their healing journey is far harsher than yours. But it's definitely changing this. It's almost like this is what it would feel like to me if this was like somebody trying to read a past life. It would be like two people that worked alongside each other and were really good friends. The person who you're asking about was a leader or was very good in the outside environment. Their ego was strong and they were able to... I'm going to say manipulate that, but I don't actually mean... What I mean is manipulate the outside. I mean create, really, to be honest, which I suppose is a bit like that. Create their outside environment so that they were somebody of importance, or they felt like that. So a good, strong ego or a bad, strong ego, whichever way you look to it. I feel that you were more pliable, more easygoing, more playful with life anyway, but there was a real affection between the pair of you. And so you've decided to come back in this lifetime with some sort of connection to make yourselves realise that you can change, that you can become more stable and don't think that you always have to adapt to somebody else. And they become a little, well, as I said, a bigger breakthrough. They realise that their ego is so strong and it's useless, really, because they've been through every possible incarnation, and what they're doing is they're identifying in such a strong manner with each incarnation that they're missing the true lesson here, hence the bigger breakthrough and the Fool card here. Now, there's a feeling in this that this relationship may be at an early stage or maybe at a difficult stage, but with the Fool card at the end, through change, there's a feeling here that this is shared still, because of the pattern here. And you may get a chance with this person with a Fool card here to get a fresh new beginning, to restart in a way that has a chance in this lifetime to be that little bit more than it has in past lifetimes. So that is what I guess would be the pattern and the spiritual significance of this connection. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope that's clear. And I know you have to run through it with me, but I think I quite like listening to how other people think. So I don't know if, not everybody does, but I think, I don't know what I think. Anyway, if you like the readings, there's readings normally put out on a Sunday night on my website, HULUPPU.co.uk. Yeah, you can find me there. You can find me on there. See ya, bye. Okay, pile number 2. This has got a very similar feeling to pile number 1. The reason being the strength in this, this is their pile down here. The strength in their pile with regards to how they see themselves is very similar to pile number 1. You've got you up here with, again, a feeling of through difficult situations, you've gained some acknowledgement of who you are, and there's an ease in that. There's a strength in it. It's like people that can't move you out of your position very easily because you defend yourself very well through your skills. Basically, you've dealt, if this is past lifetimes with the karmic field, you've dealt with enough rough situations, enough, what I guess is rough people. What I mean by rough people is people that fight for their place in life. And I don't mean in a inward sense, it's more in a getting what they want out of everybody else sense. And I feel that you've been through a lot of situations like that, and can identify with that with the King of Wands in some way. So you possibly have an ability to fight well, if that makes... No, there's no such a good thing as fight well. But to maintain your ground, I would guess here. I suppose as I'm saying this, I've had situations with people, normally with Aries moons, to be honest, where you can see that if somebody's pushed them, that they can flare a little bit too much. But because you've got the 8 of Pentacles here, it makes me think that you've worked on your ability to defend yourself in a way that's stable. That makes sense. But you've got here an ability to understand who you are, your situation, and this connection with the Page of Wands. It gives it a very intuitive feel about it. So I guess the way you view the situation is very much aware of yourself and where you sit in it and this connection. Now, your person has got something that connects with that in a similar way, apart from the fact that they've got the Hierophant card and the King of Pentacles down here. And to me, that is very similar to pile number 1, which you may want to watch that one, where this person is adamant that who they are in this lifetime is who they are. And they've built themselves up in a way that could be seen as quite successful, or at least it's very controlled with regards to, there's no sway with regards to change here. I'm not changing my personality. This is what I want. Don't even talk to me. It's like somebody, if you spoke to them about past lifetimes or anything to do with what they can't see in front of their eyes, like, nah, don't be so silly. I've got a friend like this, and I've said this many times in readings before. He's Cancer, and sometimes I find Cancer being quite adamant with regards to their beliefs. I can say that because I've got Cancer in me as well. And he's Virgo and Aries. And we used to talk about things like astrology and tarot, and I said the things I probably said in the intro, and he's having none of it, absolutely none of it. So, but just because you can't see it or you don't understand it doesn't mean it's not there. But I've never met anybody so adamant. And I said we just left it. And you've got here the 7 of Wands defending the position. So he may be like that. If it makes it any better, he was incredibly, incredibly handsome. But there's a defence here with regards to the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant. The King of Pentacles is earthbound, and the Hierophant is very controlled in that. They've built themselves up. This is who they are. Doesn't mean that they have to be top dog in whatever they do, but they would have built a persona that is not allowing much change in it. And you've got this ability where you've come to a conclusion and living that conclusion of who you are with regards to a period of struggling and a period of what I guess is strength now. This is like the strength card to me because it's next to the 8 of Pentacles. And with the intuitive bit here with the Page of Swords, where you're looking at the whole pack from the top of the mountain and using your mental acuities to sort of realise what's going on. clarity in between here. Now, this is where the struggle comes, because this person's got the High Priestess over here. And the High Priestess, this will sound rude, is far more aware of themselves than the Page of Wands. So why this feeling and why this there? This is the way that I would translate this, because you've got the Death card in the centre and the Ace of Wands. That the High Priestess, that I feel this person's going to get bigger lessons through this connection than you. I feel that you're in some way understanding now already, where I feel that this person is blocked, but it's almost like a profound feeling that they get to a different level through the connection. And you've got here clarity, truth. You've got on this side here skills, Eight of Pentacles. Again, it's like working on things normally as part of a team. So you've been brought back together to be able to understand the situation that you're in, the backdrop that you've got individually, and how this is going to combine together. And in that, actually, this is more the skills. This is more like learning and putting, more like teamwork, to be honest. And this is putting the skills together with clarity. So you get a chance to almost like rub along, oh God, that sounds wrong, to rub along each other. I'm trying to say it so it doesn't sound weird. In this lifetime, in a way that it's a bit like a testing. It's a bit like, I don't know if it feels like this. It'd be more like that. It's like you brush alongside each other and it can feel like, oh my gosh, what was that? Then you come back again and go over things quite a bit. Yeah, it's that. Fire. It's fire. That's why I am saying that, and I think my hands were doing it before my head caught on. It's through burn. So if we learn lessons through fire, what actually is that? It's going to be our desire nature, which in some ways is really good and really strong. I did a reading, and I will put this out. Somebody asked me to do not a community reading, but a collective reading. In my mind, it's the same thing. And I was reading it, and I was thinking, okay, this is what I can say. And then my awful nature kept coming through in the reading, which was fire. I'm not saying fire's awful, but I kept thinking, oh my God, it's like, push through this. I'm like, oh, Lindsay, control yourself. Anyway, the King of Wands and the King of Wands twice here is that fire. It's desire nature, and in some ways it is beautiful. I'm trying to make myself feel better here in this lifetime, because it can give you that spark to experience and to enjoy. You don't want to be flatlining in this lifetime, but it can also be bamboozling over the people, or chugging away too much and not being able to realise that the journey is the main thing, it's not the goal. And I think that's probably the worst thing. And the Ace of Pentacles here is, to me, is a refueling. I didn't mean that. Restarting again after a change. Knight of Cups. It's compromise. It's you both compromising. You've got the Justice part. The Knight of Cups is romantic. The Death card is change, but the Justice card is quality and restarting again here. There's compromise between where you are now and your understanding, and your ability to, with clarity, and see what you want out of this situation is basically a desire nature, which I feel that you're pretty adept at controlling because of this card here, which is very sort of working with it before in past lifetimes, possibly here through difficult situations, but still having a strong desire nature. Maybe you've got lots of fire inside you. I feel that they are more structured, more controlled, and more keep out my space, sort of pushing people off a bit. With the High Priestess here, their lesson is going to be deeper. So what is the lesson in this? So what is the spiritual significance in this? I'm going to shut my eyes a minute. I'll be back. And to be totally honest, I feel that it's more through this connection, through love. The Knight of Cups, the Justice card, the Death card here, that your intuition, your insight and your experience, which may be a karmic experience here with regards to desire nature, with regards to fighting, because your person's still got the Seven of Wands here, allows your person to have insight to connections that feel right. I can't think that to put that a different way. I'll give you an example. Through an argument that's important to you both, or through a situation where you both want to get your needs met, it feels that you are able to, through strength, through skills, through periods of fighting and understanding why and how much you want to and how much you don't want to fight, with your intuition to step back at times. And that's something that they can't do and don't do. And in that, almost with the High Priestess being receptive, and I think the word acquiesce, is that a word, came into my head there. It's almost like that they sit back and realise through mental clarity. Again, it's like they use you as an example. The skills used, the King of Wands to move forward, and you're the King of Wands here. And the Ace of Wands. This has got, again, it's very similar to pile number one, a real possibility to move forward with the Ace of Wands at the end. The last card, I think, was the Fool, which is the beginning of a journey. To have two aces here and the Ace of Wands, it feels like there could be something. Everybody's got hooks that we all stick into each other when we find there's something similar or something that needs to be readjusted in ourselves, and that person, can somehow help us with that. And I feel that this is very much a hook with regards to allowing this person to come outside of their shell in some way that they've cemented around themselves. And it may be difficult, because you may go back to that karmic pattern of fighting or feeling that you need to struggle, but I feel with the Page of Swords that you understand that, and it's going to click in straight away. And through change, this person will end up almost like replicating you in the way that you deal with situations. And as again, this is what spiritually I suppose we don't need, because we shouldn't really be coming down with these hooks. But then again, if we don't have hooks, we possibly won't come down at all. But that is possibly why you're here, because you still have that connection with each other. And it's to I feel you're waking them up more because of the big lesson here, and with regards to the tight control and the earthy boundaries here. But it may be a difficult journey. And with the Ace of Wands, let me just put another card over that. Through love, again, it's like seeing somebody as your child in a relationship, and it's very difficult when you're grown up to be in a relationship with an adult where you think, well, no, actually, you should know this yourself by now. But if you see people as your child and that you love them, somehow, I was about to say, with love for our kids, that has to be tough at times, and sometimes we need to let them go and just experience life, not to always be there to mollycoddle them or to sheepdog them into little sort of circumstances, or to give them that security that you can move this forward with love. And I feel that this is where this person transforms themselves. So in a sentence or two, the spiritual significance of this connection is through your past experience to help somebody move away from their blockages, move away from their ability to protect themselves, and to gain a deeper understanding of connections and love and life. And I feel that in that process, what do you get out of it? What do you get out of this? It's very much giving. Earth, earth, earth. You play the game of being in an earthly body, but understanding through intuition why you're here and how you can actually help other people. That doesn't sound fun. But I expect it is meant to. Let me just see, King of Swords here. Again, sorry, it is. That's what it is. It's almost like you've taken a step outside your body in some way and said, I'll come down. I've much love for this person with clarity, with straightness, with strong boundaries. I'll be able to attach to them. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, this one, and to give them an insight of what is outside of themselves and where they can go, if that makes sense, with the High Priestess there, without thinking that what's in front of their eyes is the most important thing. I'm not forgetting the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands here. There's a desire between the pair of you. There's a desire to get this moving. Again, that's going to bring you together. I feel you've been with this person many times before, worked together in this situation. I feel that they've blocked themselves off many times before. It's not something they're interested in. As I kept saying with that incredibly handsome friend, it's just not where they go in their heads, but they need to. It's almost because you've got the High Priestess here, the Major Arcana here for them, and it's not evident in this here. It's like that is the biggest lesson for them. It's almost like they need a big jump. It's stubbornness, fighting people off for lots and lots of lifetimes, I would guess here. And the Ace of Wands is through love, there's a passion that allows them to question. Anyway, that's what I've got. I'm going to leave that there. A long-winded one there, but if it helps and you enjoy them, please check out the website. On Sunday nights, if I have readings left, I put a few out. HULUPPU.co.uk. Bye. Well, let me just pull these out. Unusual reads today, but there's a feeling here of tension, I suppose. There's a feeling here of difficulties in both of your lives. I don't know whether it's intertwined with both. Is that a word? With both of you, or whether you're both having. Life's not easy at the moment, I would say here, and I feel that this person's life is possibly the same. But you've got what I guess is a promise of beauty in this. And to me, what went through my mind as soon as I put this pile out is either a relationship that happens later on in life, or you come back together. It's like battling through a storm to get to some sort of beautiful land at the end. I'll tell you why. I don't know as yet, to be honest. Let me just go through it with you. You've got here that this is you, this is them. So the Five of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles here, to me, is like loss, experiences that can feel quite difficult. And this can also be like a karmic feeling that this could have happened in past lifetimes, and how that would manifest in this lifetime is a feeling of, I would guess, a feeling of fear that something's going to be taken away from you. Or that emotionally you're not going to be fulfilled, or that you may not meet the one, that type of feeling, or feel that you're going to meet somebody you're going to connect with because of a Cups card here. The Eight of Pentacles here could suggest an ability to work. It's nice. It's like an ability, because you've got the Two of Air here, which suggests reflections as well. An ability to work alongside others in a way that it doesn't so much emotionally involve you, but just gets things moving. Skills that you and experiences that you've had of possibly connecting with others that's very good. So to me, it's like head down type of person with the sense of when will things be good? When will things turn out all right? A real sense of feeling that you're missing something emotionally in life. Now they've got here the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So to be honest, with the Seven of Fire here, it's a difficult state for them to be in. It's almost, if you're thinking in more spiritual terms, in more karmic terms, rather than just in life in general, outside of them at this very moment. This is somebody who finds their personality, or how to integrate their personality. They have a hard time with it. And all these powers are so unusual, and that could come across. I feel that so many of us in life have personas that can hide so much. And the reason I'm saying that is I do feel that outside life is generally mad. It really is. But that we all have these coping mechanisms to look like, and everything's okay, honestly, everything's okay. And with this here, I wonder whether Your person's coping mechanisms are good. Maybe they're quite strong with the Seven of Fire here. Maybe they're very much, it's like strong boundaries. But there's a fight in here, and there's a disappointment, there's a feeling of being trapped inside here that you may only get touches of that if they feel blocked, possibly, or if they feel pushed upon or challenged in some way. Just thoughts here, I don't know. The reason that I'm saying that is as you move on, in all these spreads, there's a feeling of almost like the light coming out as it moves on, because this is like past, present, future. And these are like your piles. And sorry, this is your pile and that's their pile. And as you move up to here, you've got Major Arcana, you've got the Magician card. So in a period possibly of knowing that you've had experience in, maybe past lifetimes, being very good in this earthly situation of being very skillful or being very good at connecting with people and making things work. And, you're pretty confident with who you are when you have to go out and do something. But there's still a feeling of emotional, something's been left behind. And this lifetime, you get that chance to organise yourself and I guess your abilities with the Magician card there and your skills, to find somebody, a reflection of yourself, the Empress card, that feels beautiful, but there's tension there. And I feel that a lot of this tension is going to come from you feeling like, with the Two of Cups there, that emotionally you're never going to get fulfilled. Emotionally, somebody just won't measure up for you. Somebody won't measure up for you, or some situation. Flipping heck. Some situation. I've got a W in there. Won't. And this person here, because you've got pain in the centre here, this person here, it's like you ping each other off. If you feel a sense of loss and start almost acting on that, this person feels a sense of never being complete, or they're coming from a situation, if they do look like they function in the outside world, as I said earlier, it's learnt and it's a persona, and there's a fight in this person that's going to come out if you air your vulnerabilities in some way. This feels a bit like my parents, to be honest, and it's almost like it switches in between both. And so, if one of my parents ever showed vulnerability, the other person didn't like it, and it could often end up in a difficult situation. And it's like they almost like built up a different, a barriers. Then, let's have a look. You've got here journeys. You've got here. Yeah, one always feels defeated when the other one feels like nobody wins, to be honest, is what it's saying here. And mentally, this may feel like a healing journey. Again, movement here with regards to emotions. And it's got to change. It's got to change. Okay, so what I've got so far, the Hierophant and the Three of Cups. What I've got so far, the spiritual significance of this connection is for you both to be aware through some form of difficulty and some form of, what I get is energetic tension of your, the word I want to use is inadequacies, and I know that isn't right. It's where you need to feel whole. It's possibly, and as I said, probably at the beginning, that none of us would be here if we were whole. We've all got bits where we've all got bits we need to work on, haven't we? I feel that your person is in more of a depletion stage than possibly you. I feel like you just feel emotionally that when is that person going to turn up? And I feel that with regards to the way that you function in the world, that you've worked really hard to be balanced. I know that's contradicting what I've just said. And formed, the way that you meet people, the way that you meet situations, the way that you get your needs met in the world, are very sort of content and steady moving. And the Magician card here suggests there's more to you yet. It's almost like you can create more of that. This person's going to force you into a situation to create. And they've got the Sun card here. This is it. The spiritual significance of this connection is that you realise that you create what you want, and this person finds, through you creating the Empress card in the centre here with regards to the journey, through beauty, through recognising your skills, you create that beauty and you fulfil that need or that hole or that I'm never going to feel complete emotionally until somebody gives back to me. And you create that in yourself and you live it, the Magician card. And in this person, it's almost like their pain dissipates in some way with the Sun card here, and they find clarity in that. It's like you're just living it anyway, whether they're there or not. And in that is the connection through what I guess is difficult lessons in the past. Your person's a reflection of you in some way in their journey, but I feel that their journey is far more... Yours is like, I wish this was so. Their journey is, I'm going to fight because I feel threatened. This, and this. But in the end, you create the Empress card, abundance. This person, the Sun card, acknowledges the fact that you don't need them, even though that you're meant to be together, the reflection of each other in some way. And in that, there's the beauty. They've got to perform and conform to whatever reality you've made. And hence where the friction builds the beauty, builds the love. But yeah, you've got three of Swords twice here. So there's an element of difficulty in this, is what I would say. There's an element of recognising. It's like being pulled across cockholes in some way. It's the element of recognising that you're in control for you and that you can create amazing situations in your life as long as you don't need anything from anybody. You create that feeling of fulfillment in yourself and recognising that. And that's not always easy. So, it's not like a lesson you do in a week, is it? It could be like years, 10 years down the track, 20 years down the track. I feel that your person has got a huge sense, not a huge sense, but a need to fight with life in some way. And then the Sun card there is that they just lose that. It's like, well, no, if I want to be in this situation, I have to change who I am. If I want to be with you, I have to change who I am. And then they become more of the Empress, more of that beauty, that Venus, that abundance that you've created, rather than feeling loss or feeling, like angst or... And to be honest, I'm looking at this and you're expecting somebody to be really shouty and angry when you meet them, but I don't think that they are. There's a feeling here that this is more like with the Eight of Swords here, more blocked in pain, and you'll only get to that pain if really, really pushed. When somebody, it's like when you push a button in some way, this person could break down sobbing for some reason that you have no idea where it came from. But that is what I've got. The spiritual significance of this relationship and this connection is for you to create so that you feel whole, and for them to be part of that so that they experience that and feel more at ease in who they are. And I don't think it's going to be an easy journey with these cards here, with the Three of Swords and the Two of Wands. But again, with the reflection and that sort of magnetic feeling, pulling the two together here, I feel that the pull is extremely strong. So as I've said with all piles, and to be honest, it's not something I've tried to conjure up myself to say at the end, but all three piles have a feeling that this could continue on, and there's more to be had from this connection. But again, a journey. I guess everybody's life is like this, isn't it? But when we put it in cards and we compact it into 10 minutes, it seems quite dramatic and, oh my Lord. But I think that if we look back on anybody's life, if you're together for 10, 20 years, you would see a similar pattern. But all these spreads, all three spreads, always have a lovely third card, which is more the future and a promise, reflection. in the last card as well, so that's nice. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like the readings, I release them on Sunday nights if I have some left, and the website is huluppu.co.uk. Maybe we will speak again. Bye.